great things that are happening in that community, the outstanding people, places, and events, get in touch with us. We'll have some information scrolling later, but get in touch with us and let us know, because we'd love to continue to expand our shows into all the communities surrounding the DFW area. It's a great way to network if you're a business professional, and it's a great way to plug in to your community. And as I said before, share all the amazing things and the people that are doing some incredible things for the community. So, again, my name is Lendon Wilson. We're going to invite our co-host in here in just a second. Um, but before I do, I want to talk a little bit about the Rockwall Show. This is starting our second month. Today is November the 1st. Welcome to November, everybody. And I hope you got your Christmas shopping done, because it's just about time. But Rockwall is an incredible community. A lot of great uh, independent business owners there, incredible businesses. And that's kind of what we're doing today, is we're going to bring on some business owners that are co-hosts here, and they're helping with the Rockwall Show, and then they're going to bring on their guests. So before we go any further along, I'm going to go ahead and bring on Mr. Kayne Pierce with B1 Bank, Miss Tamara with Speak, and everybody that knows anything about Rockwall knows Frank McLeod with Minuteman Press. Welcome to the show today, folks. How are y'all?
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Now, Tamara's sitting there with
Going
a
good.
guest, so
I know.
no, that's fine. You stay in the picture. I just wanted everybody to know. They're like, oh, hey, he just said 3 people. Why didn't he say 4? So we're going to go ahead, since you've got yours. Tamara, introduce your guests, then I'm going to let Frank introduce his, and then Kayne, you'll introduce yours.
This is Amy Lee Dandridge, and she is the owner of Card My Yard Rockwall. So if you've seen on social media, these people that have these like amazing yard signs, and they're so decorative, and she does them for literally every occasion you could possibly think of, and even ones that maybe you haven't. She's the beautiful designer behind staking those yards and celebrating people's special events with them.
Awesome. Well, welcome, Amy Lee. Tell us a little bit more about who you are and about your business.
So when I meet people, I like to tell them that I am a part-time pirate and a full-time joy bringer. I say that because I'm captain on the Seawolf, Sail with Scott, a little more than halfway through the year. And then I also am owner and operator of Card My Yard Rockwall. So whether we're sailing the waters of Lake Ray Hubbard or celebrating your newest bundle of joy or your newest work accomplishment, we just really enjoy spreading joy and making those lasting memories.
That's awesome. Very good. All right. Frank, tell us a little bit about your guest.
All right. I brought on Amelia DeWeese. She is the owner of Tejas Plumbing here in actually they're in the Royce City, Greenville area. I've known her husband since he was a little kid, and we have used them. And I couldn't refer a plumber in Rockwall higher than I could Tejas Plumbing. They're a fantastic organization, and they're fairly new. Dustin worked for several other plumbing companies around the Rockwall area, then decided to start his own business, and they've done very, very well.
Awesome. Amelia, welcome to the show. This is
Thank
not
you.
your first rodeo with the Difference. You were actually on the Wiley show a few months back.
Yes, I was.
And so when Frank was telling me about you, I'm like, I know her. And he goes, really? How you know her? So that just goes to show it's kind of a small world that we all work in, right?
Yeah.
All of these communities that we do. And I think that's going to be an important part that we talk about later on in the show is how we engage and interact within our communities, who we meet. But tell everybody a little bit about Tejas Plumbing, please.
Okay. So my husband and I have been married for 15 years. We've been together 16 years. We decided to launch Tejas in February 2021, but then the freeze happened and there was a lot of COVID stuff happening. So we officially launched last June. Since last June, we now have 5 plumbing trucks. We have a dispatcher and a CSR in the office, and also an accountant. And then it's my husband and I. We scaled really quickly. So it was pretty awesome. It was definitely God thing. Our number one thing that we like to say is that we are your local plumber. That's our slogan. And it's not because of anything but that we want to be your local plumber. Like Frank was saying, we want to provide the best service, the best experience possible. So what we do is we have them have an iPad uniform. They're trained. We have trainings every Friday, and we just want to make sure that it's like kind of like a red carpet of plumbing service.
Awesome. Well, I know a lot of people that know you, and I have never heard anything but outstanding things about you and your husband
Awesome.
and your business. So congratulations, doing a great job.
Thank you so
Kayne,
much.
Hey,
what's going on, buddy?
oh, not too much. Happy to introduce my guest for today.
Yeah, well, go ahead, introduce him, and let's get him in here and hear what he's got to say.
Yeah, so joining us today is Bill Bromley. He is a broker with Investment Business Brokers, one of the largest, maybe the largest business broker firm in the country. But he can tell you a little more about his business than I can.
All right, Bill, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be
Yeah,
here.
tell us a little bit about who you are and then what you do.
Yeah, my name is Bill Bromley. I'm the managing director of Investment Business Brokers. We're a buy side and sell side firm. For those that are looking to find another business to roll up in theirs, such as Amelia's plumbing business, we go out and find another plumbing business for them to acquire. We call that growth through acquisition. So buying another company, merging the two brands, and making your company larger. And we also represent sellers going to market. So for those that are retiring or those that have been in business for many years and ready to make an exit, we assist them in prepping them for market and finding them the right buyer and helping them achieve their hopeful exit price as they move on to their next season of life. We also assist those buyers with, we assist buyers that are acquiring companies also with getting the capital that they need to bridge that gap on financing. So kind of a one-stop shop to either buy or sell a company.
Awesome. Well, again, welcome to the show. Appreciate you being on. What we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to a commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to do our What's Up Rockwall segment.
What's Up Rockwall?
And we'll let Tamara and I think Kayne's going to talk about it. Amelia may talk a little bit about it too. But everybody stick around and we will be right back.
The Community Difference is a new series of shows powered by the Difference Radio live stream and podcast network. This series of shows was designed to highlight the unsung heroes that call our towns and communities home. And we wanted to create a platform that brings awareness to and reminds folks of the goodness that lives within so many of us. By working with the local community leaders, business owners, first responders, veterans, schools, and citizens, we want to unite with a clear and selfless purpose. The Community Difference seeks to spotlight the people, events, and activities that are producing positive outcomes, inspirational stories, and incredible experiences. In a world that is consumed with negative press, media manipulation, and propaganda, The Difference, along with many others who believe and support The Difference, understands there is no better way to make the difference than to highlight the unsung heroes that call our towns and communities home. We are currently searching for local communities to be the focus of our shows, but before we can launch a show in your community, we need your help. We need you along with local business leaders, chambers of commerces, major nonprofits, online community group leaders, networking groups, etc., to join us in making the difference in helping your community be seen, be heard, and be remembered. So, if you would like to know how you, your business, school, social media community, church, or your favorite nonprofit organization can be a part of this unique and powerful program, reach out to us today and introduce yourself and let us know how you would like to contribute and bring awareness to the amazing people, places, and events that are making the difference in the community you love. You can call us at 972-866-4596 or email us at info@thedifferenceradio.com.
And now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for sticking around. And don't forget to like, share, and comment and help us grow our show and really be able to provide a great service to the people in Rockwall. Also, we have about 4 spots left on the show. We need about 4 more co-hosts. And so if you'd be interested in being a part of the show, being on once a month, being able to invite some guests on, do some great networking here on the show, reach out to us. And on that commercial, you saw our contact information. We'll scroll it again later. But reach out to us. We'd love to have you. If you serve the Rockwall area, you're somewhere in or around Rockwall, let us know. You can contact myself or anybody else that's on the show as part of a co-host. I'm sure they can direct you to us as well. So now it is time for
What's up, Rockwall?
So who's going to go first with this? Is that going to be you, Tamara?
Yeah, I think I have most of them written down, and then whatever I forget or whatever we can pipe in between.
All right, go
Um,
ahead. Take it away.
And I'm going to start by saying, for our viewers and people who want us to share your events or things that are going on, we don't know everything that's going on, so we kind of have to comb locally the internet on what's happening. So we would love to share your events if you just reach out to us, and we would be happy to share what's going on and your event, whatever's happening, your charity event or whatever thing. So it would help us out too when we're trying to fill and share this information. So without going forward. Okay, so we have downtown Rockwall. They have every year they've been doing this for a very long time. They have holiday open house, and what that is basically all the retail shops down there transform their shop fronts into Christmas time, and it's the opening of Christmas shopping downtown, and that is this Thursday. It's a kind of a ladies' night out thing, and it's from 5 to 9 p.m. And then November, I can't even believe it's November 1st. We're getting closer to the holidays, which I can't even believe it. We have Shop Small Business Saturday. That one is a big one for all businesses, not just retail, but just it's a big thing to just help your local businesses. That's September 25th from 10 to 6. There's an event downtown, but I'm sure there's more going on in Rockwall that we would be happy to share. Skate the Lake in Rockwall, down by the harbor, is November 18th. And they're going to be opening from 4 p.m. to, I believe, 9 p.m. through Thursday and 10 p.m. on the weekends. And Speak grand opening party November 8th. So 18th, I'm sorry, November 18th. We're having a grand opening because we have never done that. And Rockwall Toy Drive. The toy drive is amazing for Rockwall. A lot of local businesses, you'll see like little tag hangers for kids of different ages to sponsor. It's like an angel tree thing, so it's very cool. If you want to get involved with your business and hang tags in your business to support the toy drive, you can actually do that by reaching out to Helping Hands and tell them you would like to get involved to be a sponsor of that and hang the toy tags in your business to yourself. Otherwise, if you see them in other businesses and you want to donate to the charity, you can just grab a tag and it'll give all the information of where to drop toys and all that stuff. But that is what I have going on locally that we know about. Anybody else? Did I forget something?
Anybody else?
I've got a few things I can add to it. Thursday, November 9th, they're doing the late night shopping event on the square in Rockwall. All the shops are open till 9, and they're going to have a shuttle bus that takes you around the square to get to the outlying shops or whatever. And that's always a big event. And then December 2nd is the hometown Christmas on the square. It's from 10 to 5. If you have little kids, bring them out. It's a real fun event. They even have a live reindeer on the square. And also Channel 8 WFAA is going to be broadcasting live all day from the hometown Christmas, which is pretty cool. They're trying to get some of the outlying areas, trying to get more people down on the square that day. And then the Rockwall Tour of Homes is going to be on December 8th and 9th. And feel free to contact me if you need more information on any of these events.
All right. Thank you, Frank. Kayne, do you have anything?
Yeah, there was an event I wanted to mention, but it's kind of a tease because it's just come to my attention that it's sold out. But it's a successful event, but we should still highlight it. Rockwall Helping Hands, which most of you guys I'm sure are familiar with, is having their major fundraiser not this weekend but next. It's a 2-part event down at the harbor, and it looks like the luncheon on the 10th and the gala on the 11th is entirely sold out. So call some business owners. Maybe they have tables for extra spots. But if you want to go to this event next year, buy tickets before now, I guess.
That's great advice. Perfect advice. All right. Thank you all for that and sharing what's going on in Rockwall. Before we go into talking a little bit to our guest, I want to remind everybody of what today is. So, Tamara, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, dear sweetheart. Happy birthday to you.
All right, and Tamara's got some more exciting news. Today's your birthday. Obviously, that's awesome. But what just happened?
Yes.
I mean, what's going on in your life?
I delivered my baby on Friday.
Yay.
All right, congratulations! I got sent a
Thank
picture
you.
today. Absolutely adorable. Congratulations on that. So
Thank you.
you've got your hands full now. You've got your restaurants. You've
Three
got a
three
baby.
restaurants,
Three
baby,
restaurants and a baby, and
yeah,
podcast. And what,
podcast.
what what else? What else you got going? Anything? Is there anything else you can juggle?
I'm sure there is. I'm not sure if there's anything I want to at the moment, but I'm sure there is. You know,
Well,
I
we'll
love
find out.
I'm an
We'll find out.
entrepreneur, of course. There's always
Right.
something.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
And that's what's so funny about entrepreneurs. I was having that conversation yesterday, and the lady was like, I'm just struggling to get caught up. And before I even get close to catching up, I take on something else. It's just like
Yeah.
I don't need another challenge, but I need another challenge. So
Well, sometimes opportunity is brought to you and it's never going to be a good time, but it's a good opportunity. So you kind of just have to take it, whether the timing is right or not. So
yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Get one life.
Well, since you're up, go ahead and I want Frank and Kayne and Amelia, and if y'all want to talk to Amy Lee, just ask her some
yes.
questions. I'm going to ask some as well, but let's just find out a little bit more about her, and then we're going to find out about Bill and Amelia too. So, who wants to go first with Amy Lee?
I got a question. Go ahead, Frank.
Oh, they're fighting.
So did you get your new plaque put up by the boat, and have they left it alone and not stolen the new plaque?
The plaque is still good.
Uh,
That's great.
What's
The
your favorite
pretext
thing about
behind
your
that,
business, Amy?
Honestly, I get to spread so much joy, and sometimes I might not be invited to the parties per se, but we started in 2020. There's a man, we did his daughter's baby shower, and then we welcomed her home, and we've done her first birthday and her second birthday, and they just had a son a month ago. So I think one of my favorite parts is honestly getting to kind of celebrate these huge milestones over and over again.
That's so awesome. I love that. I love your response to that too.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I've got a question for you. So you bring all the joy. So all of us know about being in business, right? Sometimes we have unhappy clients. We have to deal with unhappy clients.
Yeah.
Unless you're just strange, somebody's not going to be satisfied at some point in time. But because of what you do you ever have an unhappy client?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you really?
Those are my favorite. Oh, definitely, because my
Mine
idea
too.
of joy might not be their idea of joy. And they may think that I should be doing my job at, I don't know, a certain time. And that's not how I run my business. Because a lot of my business is people are ordering signs and it may be a surprise, so they don't want that person to be home or to be awake or.
So a lot of times she's sneaking around houses in the middle of the
3
night.
a.m. 3 a.m. in the morning, right?
Yes.
Yeah, in the summer times, those 3 a.m. nights are great. It feels nice. In the winter, that 3 a.m. is cold.
But you might, whatever holiday is nearby, you might see her in a full costume, sneaking around doing your sign, like a turkey
It's
costume.
November. I wear my turkey costume in November.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Why do we not have pictures of that? I want to see that.
Next time.
Amy, how far out will you go from Rockwall for your clients?
Oh,
Great
goodness.
question.
I'm such a yes person. So
You can always
my
charge them.
normal service area. So like if you got on at 3 a.m. and you wanted to place an order, you can place an order with us 24 hours a day at cardmyyard.com. if you're in one of my, I think I have like 9 zip codes. We go from Lavon, Rowlett, Terrell, Royce City, kind of everything in between there. I went out to, oh my gosh, where is it? Somewhere out in the country. It's past Caddo Mills. I mean, I think I probably drove 45 to 50 minutes to get there.
Was it Lone Oak?
Where was it? It was Lone Oak. That's where it was.
That's where I live.
Because because when I said yes to the guy, I thought the delivery fee might deter him, but it turns out, some people around here have lots of money. And so I drove out. And you know what? It was really fun, though. It was a nice experience. I met the homeowner, and they said the same thing, like, wow, we're the only people that are going to see this, because they live out in the country. And it was actually their employee who had given it to them. They're like, we're paying him too much.
That's funny.
That was so sweet.
So, yeah, so I'm willing to drive pretty far, honestly.
Good to know you'll come to Lone Oak.
I will.
Awesome.
Happily.
All right. Well, Kayne, we're going to bring up Bill now. So let's ask Bill some questions. I mean, I'd like to start first, Bill.
Absolutely.
You've got I'm not going to call it unique because I think there's, but a lot of people don't understand and have been exposed to what you do. So how did you get started in the business that you're in now of helping people buy and sell businesses? And before you answer that question, I wish we would have had you on one of our podcasts a few weeks ago because we were talking about entrepreneurs that fail to set up an exit strategy.
Yep.
So when it comes time to leave the business, they don't know how. And they sometimes undervalue it or they overvalue it, and can create a mess for themselves. But talk a little bit about what led you to where you are today.
Well, serial entrepreneur. I started my first business when I was 11 years old. It's called Bill's Dependable Flyer Distribution. So I made my own business cards and I went around to the local mailbox store and the local realtors, and I would pass out flyers on doorsteps.
Oh, that's cool.
But I had progressed into owning automotive detailing companies, construction companies, manufacturing companies, restaurants, nightclub, and really wanted to use my time and my business acumen and industry experience to help other people. A lot of the businesses I were in were not career oriented. I was looking to build a stronger team of people that could do something for a career. I had sold a lot of my companies, cashed out, done that very successfully, and came to Texas to look at other business opportunities. An individual said, you should really look into this business brokerage thing. You're really good at business. My comment, I believe, was, I don't think that would pay me enough money. They very quickly proved me wrong. And I saw the kind of commissions and, the effort and how my history and experience could really help other people. And that's really how I got my entrance into the industry. After several years, I became really good at doing it for other people, not just myself. And we've had, successfully closed in the last 5 years, almost 100 different businesses.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's how we got started.
That's really cool.
I have a question. So when people are planning their exit strategy, how long would you say the process is to evaluation, getting your books in order, getting, that pretty little package ready to sell? How long would you say that usually takes a business to get it ready to that point when they're considering their exit strategy from start to finish and to sell?
No, it's a great question. It's a really fluid answer. Really, we start with price expectation. What does somebody need to get out of their business, be it for retirement or getting into another venture? So we really start with that first. But skipping past that, because every company's in a different position. Some may be only worth $1 million and they say, I need $5 million to retire. So that can really extend that timeline. But if we're looking at the company as a whole, we normally recommend about 2 years to engage somebody like our firm. So that we can start looking at the metrics of the business and also looking at the organization of the business. A lot of people want to buy a well-run machine. And
right.
if you don't have the proper organization in place to take over some of your roles and responsibilities, or somebody managing the company, and it's very owner dependent, that may not be the best opportunity for somebody else. So we really need to those two factors. How much do you need to make, and how much time is it going to take us helping you to ramp up to a certain amount of revenues and a certain amount of profits in order to get the value out of that company? And then how long is it going to take you to put the proper things in place, like showing the proper marketing, having the right website and reviews on your company, having the right management teams in place. So those are kind of the two avenues that we have to take and look at. Some people we can have ready in 6 months. Other people, it's a 5-year plan. But we try to peg about 2, no more than 3 years really is a good time to engage a broker if you want to really start thinking about your next path in life.
Definitely. Because, one of my businesses, I'm getting in that sweet spot, and I'm like, I'm getting there. I'm ready to put a really big bow package on it and get out.
That's a good time to sell. You really want to sell when you're performing well. Everybody wants to buy a business that's performing year over year.
Right.
And the minute, unfortunately, if the business takes a dip, that becomes a big red flag for a lot of buyers. Wow, they were doing so good. How come all of a sudden they're not doing good? And people look at a 3-year history on the business. So if you have one bad year, you might need to go 2 more years to show that good 3-year trend again.
Yeah, and I think that's what we've ran across with a lot of people in business in general. I'm not speaking about this personally, but a lot of people think the best time to get out of business is when it's not doing well. But no, actually, you should think about your exit strategy when you are doing well. And I think that's one of the most common errors that people think of. I don't know if you agree with that. Is that you'll see that people are like, I got to get out of my business, but at that point they're not doing well enough to get that buyer price they want. So
you create a lot of concern for a buyer at that point. You're right.
When you go to price businesses, what are the things that you look at?
Really, the free cash flow of the business. So we work off what's called EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. And then there's also adjustments to that. A lot of people use their business as what I call a personal bank account. They do their meals, their travel, their gas, their cell phones, their insurances. Well, had you not spent those monies personally, they otherwise would have been profit. So that's why getting a valuation on your company is so important, because we go back and comb through those financials and look at those personal expenditures, or what we call discretionary expenditures, and we add those back to the profit line. Typically, businesses sell between a 3 and 5 multiple. So if we find $100,000 of personal expenses in the company and we sell you at a 4 multiple, that's $400,000 more to the purchase price.
Wow. That's really neat.
And I wanted to make
really
one more
educational.
Yeah, I wanted to make one more comment to the previous question as well. A lot of people will say, well, why would I sell my business for what I could make on it in 3 to 5 years? I get this question a lot. And really, the future's never promised. So if you're looking to retire, you don't know how your health's going to take place. You don't know what's going to happen with the economy, with the election cycles, with the buying pool. So if you've really poised and positioned the business to be successful and have these year-over-year trends, it's really worth taking a strong look at if you can get out of the business now. Because like I said, if you're going and you say, I want to be out in 2 years, and you're at your best now, and all of a sudden you have that bad year, you might be stuck in that business for 3 more years. Look at kind of what's happening right now. Interest rates are higher. We've got wars on different fronts. We're in a political cycle right now, or election cycle. All these are negative factors on the business and really shrink that buyer pool. And I have people tell me now, man, I really wish I really would have sold last year when you told me about it. But it's
almost like a house.
It's got to be a decision you make on your own, though, and you've got to really be ready for it.
All right. Well, hey, we're going to hold right there. When we come back, Kayne, if you and Frank have any questions for Bill, we're going to let you answer that. But we've got to get to our next commercial. And so everybody stick around and we'll be right back. Okay.
Thank you for watching today's show. The Community Difference-Rockwall is brought to you in part by Alan Lester, loan officer with the One Group with Town Square Mortgage. Delisa Lipinski with Lipinski Realty Group. Frank McLeod with Minuteman Press. Kayne Pierce, Vice President and Commercial Banker for B1 Bank. Tamara Kolleck with Speak. Charles Barnaby with Barnaby Heating and Air, Renee Calder with Sunray Bookkeeping Services, and Josh Small with WeatherTech General Contracting. If you, or someone you know would like to sponsor, or be a co-host sponsor of this show, or other shows like it, please give us a call at 972-866-4596 or email us at info@thedifferenceradio.com. And now, back to the show.
All right. So just for all of you that know, I am producing as I am hosting. So every once in a while, I will hit the wrong button. And I just did that then. Wanted to give a quick shout out to Renee Calder. She is one of our co-hosts and sponsors. And she's the owner of Sunray Bookkeeping. So she was concurring with what you were saying, Bill. And I know that's part of her job too, is to make sure those numbers look the way that they're supposed to look. Because anybody that's kind of been in business for themselves, there's more of us that will use that as a personal account sometimes, and it doesn't always reflect how well the business is doing. So, Kayne, real quick, how did you and Kayne meet? I'm curious about that.
Yes. Well, so Bill and I met, I think it was through the chamber, probably shortly after I got to Rockwall, and with him being in the business broker business, of course, I had some questions. We do very similar things in a way. In helping put together buying and selling businesses, and so we've got to spend some time together. And it's been a while since I've seen him. It's been a few hours. We were at the Y this morning. He works out 5 days a week at the Y, and he sees me the few days a week I make it in there. And I guess I could pick his brain all day about buying and selling businesses, but I'll just offer an observation that the biggest challenge I usually see when someone is ready to sell a business, or even someone looking to buy a business, is timely and accurate financial reporting. Kind of along the same lines of what we were just talking about. When it's September and the tax extensions have been filed and they can't give me a year-to-date P&L, nor was their last year tax return filed yet, I don't know what I'm looking at. Neither does the buyer.
Wow.
It's really, really tough. So I just run into that all the time, and I bet Bill would probably agree with that.
But Kayne, 5 years ago, my business did this. Why can't I borrow money today?
Just to expand on Kayne's, it's really important to have an accurate reporting of your financials. And if you don't know how to do it or run like a QuickBooks software, find a bookkeeper or hire a bookkeeper to stay current on the business, or have your CPA do it. Normally a less expensive way is to hire a bookkeeper, at least to be doing the entries, keeping track of your revenues, keeping tracks of your COGS, total cost of goods sold, and really showing where your expenses are. And I'm actually reading a book right now. It's really, your financials are your report card. So it not only shows how you're making your money, but it also shows how you're spending your money. And sometimes to become more profitable, you don't always have to increase your revenue. Sometimes you just need to be more creative and cut your expenses, either by cutting the costs from your vendors, or maybe you have too much staff or labor. I would say labor can be the number one killer of all businesses because labor is so expensive. But yes, accurate reporting on your financials, staying current with it, and really keeping a track of where you're at is the best thing you can do, because every buyer, no matter who they are going to want to see your financial track record. And that is the most important thing that is going to get them excited or not excited about your business.
Yeah.
It's funny you said that, Bill, because I've got a friend that works in the corporate world, and she got a notice that they were going to do a lot of big layoffs. And of course, we all know how the economy is right now, but I just happened to mention, I'm like, it sounds to me like they're getting ready to sell, because they were cutting their payroll costs, right, so that they could show more profit. And it wasn't 8 months after they started laying everybody off that they announced that they were being acquired. So that's a cost saving, opportunity. Unfortunately, it hurts a lot of people when that happens.
It is. It's a tough decision to make. But sometimes if you don't take care of the health of your business can't take care of those that work for it as well. So sometimes you have to make those tough decisions in order to be successful.
Right.
Right.
Frank, do you have anything for Bill?
I do, Bill. I've got a quick question. Everybody thinks their business is worth about 5 times what it's actually worth. How long does it take for you to work a deal like that? When you have a plumber that's wanting to buy another plumber and you're helping them, you're working the deal out, on average, till you get to a realistic number, is it a 3-month deal, 6-month deal on average? What do you think?
we peg everybody at 9 months. It takes typically between 6 and 12 months. We hit our 9-month average on about 70% of our deals. It's a lot that goes into it. You have to do the valuation. We have to create a marketing package. We got to take you out to market and find the buyers. We need to engage and vet those buyers. Then we need to take offer letters on the company. Hopefully you have multiple offers. Once you accept an offer, you need to go through a due diligence period where you now give the buyer a lot of data that they're going to request: the financials, the credit card reportings, the bank statements, the organizational flow charts, the standard operating procedure manuals, and they need to comb through all that, and that takes 30 to 60 days on its own. And then there's bank financing in place, typically, and then after that you have the purchase agreement, which is where you hire 2 legal counsels to draft everything and really set that deal in stone, so that who's buying the company knows what they're acquiring, and who's selling the company is very clear on the assets that they're releasing. So 9 months is a really good benchmark for a well-run transaction.
All right. Anybody have any more questions for Bill?
I like how you use the plumber as an example.
Well, speaking of plumbers, let's talk to Amelia now about Tejas Plumbing. Who's got some questions for her? Everybody's got plumbing problems at some point in time, right?
I have a question. Do you guys deal with fireplaces as well? I know some plumbing companies will.
Yes. So if it's gas, natural gas, we also have propane endorsements, especially because out in the rural areas, they have propane. So a lot of plumbing companies actually cannot work on propane. We actually have the endorsement through the Railroad Commission, so we can do that.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. I have a question. So with your plumbing company, you've seen a lot of plumbing companies get into HVAC, air conditioning and heating. You're also seeing them get into an electrical. So it's a lot of the blue collar type business structure. Do you guys have a plan on expanding into other sectors or service bases, or do you want to stay solely on the plumbing aspect of the industry?
So we actually are working on that right now. I'm not releasing which area we're going to go in, but it's really exciting. It's not what most companies do. It's a little different. That's all I can say about that.
Okay. I got a slogan for you. You get rich on your niche. So find your niche that works for you, that nobody else is doing, and you'll be very successful.
That's what we're doing. We're trying to do, that's exactly what we're doing. We're trying to be us and create this company to be just great and just different and not just what everybody else does.
Bravo.
It's all about our customers.
Frank, Amy Lee, y'all have any questions?
And they are
Go ahead,
they
Frank.
are the Domino's Pizza of plumbing companies because they move.
What was
So
your
I'm
question?
curious how you got into that business. Like one day you were like, we're just gonna have a plumbing company.
So actually, it's I came from plumbers. So since I was about 12 years old, I sat on job sites while, like during the summers, what I would do is I would sit on job sites and watch with my cousin and make sure that concrete didn't go in stacks. When they build apartments, they, will lay the slab. Well, the plumbing's already roughed in. So if the concrete gets poured into the stack, that's terrible. You can't do that. So I was about 12. My husband and I got together when I was 18 and he was 19. He went to go work for my cousin, and that's how long he's been doing plumbing. So then we worked for a few big companies. We worked for small companies. I have dispatch, CSR. I've been in every scope of the plumbing industry. Actually have an apprentice card as well. But I tell my husband, no, I'm not going out. So I'll be in the office. He tries to get me to be his apprentice all the time. He's my best friend, but he's a master plumber. He has several endorsements. He is amazing with people. He's a people person first, plumber second. And that's what we tell all of our plumbers who come in. we are for the customers first, and then plumbing second, because really, when you bring in a service industry tech, it can be uncomfortable. If you have someone come in, they're not dressed nice, they give you a weird vibe. That's just super uncomfortable. And I know what it's like to be a woman and have a technician at my home and how I want to feel. So I train the guys to make sure that they're there for the customers.
That's awesome.
I think you need a whole ladies department, ladies plumbers. I think you're
Yes.
the most successful plumbing company in the world.
So that's what. So I worked with the plumbing board a lot. I actually helped them create like the curriculum for the Dallas County College that they're like introducing the trades in. And they ask me all the time to get my master's. They always tell me, we'll give you the classes for free, because I have enough hours to go ahead and go get my journeyman and then go get my master's, because I've had my apprentice card for so long, but I don't want to.
All right. Anybody else have any questions? All right. If not, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to get to our topic of the month, which is strategies for giving back to the community and making a positive impact through your business. And if anybody hasn't noticed, we've got Tamara over there. Her baby.
Sorry.
That's awesome. No, don't be sorry. That's awesome. So you know what? Part of this show, part of the whole concept is to show all of us, not only as business owners, but it's just regular people, right? And so you're not the first person that's had a baby on one of our shows. So that just shows the human side of who we are and the family side. So glad to have that. So everybody stick around. We'll be right back.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
JP Direct Health offers affordable health insurance solutions for individuals, families, and small businesses specializing in custom coverages to fit your needs and budget. JP Direct Health offers comprehensive benefits, including PPO health plans, accident and critical illness coverage, dental and vision, health matching accounts, along with telehealth at no cost per call. Call JP Direct Health today to learn more about how we can help you protect your health and your budget.
Do you want your home or office to sparkle? Then call Elite Diamond Cleaning today. From basic cleaning to deep cleaning, and using only the highest quality cleaning products and equipment, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Our team of experienced cleaners will work quickly and efficiently to clean every nook and cranny, taking care of all the details so you don't have to. With a variety of pricing options to fit any budget, you can be sure that you are getting the best possible price. Call Elite Diamond Cleaning today at 214-300-9876 to schedule a free estimate. Your home and office is a diamond. Let us get it out of the dust.
Are you looking for new or more reliable and affordable home services? Look no further than Utility Connect. At Utility Connect, we understand that every customer is different. Thanks to our partnership with The Difference, our free concierge service seamlessly shops all of your utilities and services for your home or business with one easy phone call. So what are you waiting for? Call Utility Connect today and experience the difference. For more information, give us a call at 469-414-2033 or visit us at www.utilityconnect.net/thedifference to learn more.
Are you a business owner looking to grow your company? Get fast, easy financing up to $5 million with no minimum FICO score required. Apply in 60 seconds and get funded in 24 hours. Call Jim Thomas at 214-629-7223 to talk to a financing professional today. Your business's future is waiting. So don't delay. Call now and tell him that you saw him on The Difference.
And now back to the show.
All right, everybody, we are back. Thank you for sticking around, having a fun show today, getting to learn a lot about business acquisition, business selling, plumbing and yard signs and what and if you see anybody running around with a costume on at 3 a.m., it could be Amy
Don't
Lee.
call the police.
I
Don't
do
call the
have a
police.
question for Amy. I got a question for Amy Lee. Have you ever been pulled over going to put up yard signs with your
That's a
costume
good
on?
question.
I have not, but I have had the cops call on me. In spite of my truck saying "Park my yard" on the side of it and being red.
How funny! How funny! That is so cool.
I thought you
I
were
didn't
just
e-
kidding about the costume part.
Do what?
I thought you were just kidding about wearing the costume part. You really
No,
do that?
no, this is real.
No,
Yeah.
it's cold. Those onesies are warm. That's
I
gonna be
love those
fun.
onesies.
Yeah, kids love that.
She has a onesie for every
So,
occasion. So in the wintertime,
what
she
kind of
literally
costumes do
goes
you
out
have?
and she's a onesie.
So I have a turkey that I typically wear in November, and I'll wear it in December too because I'll be the turkey that made it. Like a little elf. Sometimes a beaver.
Wait, you're the
I have been
unicorn?
a pirate before because I'm also a pirate on the sailboat in October.
Nice.
Sometimes I go straight from the boat to stake in yards, so I might be a pirate.
A moonlighting pirate. That's kind of,
Love
you
it.
know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into our topic of the month, which is strategies for giving back to our communities and making a positive impact through our business. So I want everybody to share just a little bit about what you do through your business to support the community, and why that's so important to you. Who wants to go first on that, or do I just pick someone?
Pick it
I'll go while
I'm
he's
gonna
being quiet. How about that?
There you go.
Because
Okay.
I
All
never
right.
know if he'll start, and then I have to step out of frame, But
All right.
this is one thing that we're really proud of at Ramen Head that we started doing since we opened because it's really near and dear to our heart, and we feel it's really important. But being a lover of food and a provider of food, we don't think that people should have to ever be hungry. So we created a program called the Blake Bowl, and the story behind that is basically my husband's friends growing up. They had a son the same time we had our first daughter 7 years ago, and their son tragically passed away at the age of 3. And so we were on that ride with them of just going through those emotions and having our kids at the same time. And so they did something really beautiful out of a really tragic thing, and they created his legacy called Good Deeds for Blake. And basically people honor him by doing good deeds in his name and sharing his story, and then encouraging other people to pass on the kindness and carry on his legacy by doing something kind for another person. So we created at Ramen Head, the Blake Bowl, and this is all year round, and it's on our menu. His story is on our menu, and if somebody is ever in need of a meal, all they have to do, and our servers and all of our staff know about it, is order a Blake Bowl, and we take care of the rest, and we provide that free hot meal, and it's no questions asked. We take care of it. You don't get a bill or anything like that, and we believe in taking care of our community. So our customers can purchase one and pay it forward for another guest, or they can order one. And like I said, it's no questions asked. We just take care of it. And when we have a buildup of Blake Bowls and we haven't had someone come in and order it, we often donate to the local police department, the fire department, and we probably feed them, I don't know, it feels like 4 to 5 times a year. So, and then during those hard times of the power outages, the no water, the winter storms and stuff, we feed a lot of families during that time. And this is not we're doing it for publicity. So it's never something you'll see us post about. We don't share the information of our customers, of people who order it. It's just an act of kindness that we really felt firmly about. So that's something that we have done, and we will continue to do forever for Blake. So
I love
That's
that.
awesome, and we really appreciate you for doing that. And you just made a statement, Tamara, that I think a lot of people kind of struggle with. There's a lot of people out there doing some amazing things behind the scenes, and they don't
Yeah.
want to bring attention to themselves.
Yeah.
And we
No.
all understand and get that. But one of the things we want to do on the show is we want to remind the people of what's going on so that more people can be inspired to do
Yeah.
something themselves. And I think
Yeah.
that that's where we don't want to brag and pat ourselves on the back and look at me, look at what I'm doing. But at the
Right.
same time, we do want to share where we're active, where we're participating, in hopes that we get more participation to help whatever it
Yeah,
is that we're
and
doing grow.
there's so many other businesses that give back in this community, and you don't know it because people aren't doing it for the likes on social, for the growership of their business. They're
Yeah.
doing it to be kind people and to care about other people within their community. I know a dozen other businesses that take care of people on the daily and the weekly, and it's not something that it's posted publicly. Just it's just because we're all humans, and at some point in our lives, we all need help. And it's great to share if that person is comfortable with that, but, a lot of times those people are in the lowest part of their lives and they're not trying to advertise that either.
Mhm.
Right,
Mhm.
right. Absolutely. Who else is
Yeah.
doing something or know someone that's doing something would like to share? Because one of the things that I want to remind people that are watching, and I don't want to get on too far on my soapbox here, but when you watch the mainstream media and they're always talking and demonizing the what they call the one percenters. And a
Yeah.
lot of people think that if you're in business for yourself, you're a one percenter. And if you are, congratulations, but a lot of us aren't. But they're still doing a lot of things that people don't understand. And I wanted to be able to create this show and have opportunities to highlight and showcase those businesses that are giving back to the community, so the community sees the businesses in a more attractive and favorable light, so that they
Mhm.
want to do business locally, right? Because a lot of times, our struggles are we've got people right in our own community that, number one, don't know who we are, and then aren't doing business with us if they do know who they are. And I think, when we bring that human side out, it gives everybody more of a reason to say, I want to support that business because they're supporting our community. Anybody else have a story about yourself, your business, or another business
I
that you
do.
would like
I
to
do
give
as
a
well.
shout
I
out to?
do too. I do. So we, of course, Tejas Plumbing. So sometime I have a couple of friends that are in hospice. And I work with her. Whenever we have someone who's on hospice that cannot afford to fix their plumbing, we just go out there, no questions asked, and we fix it. Um, they're in the last days of their life, and I'm not going to have them going without plumbing. So, for instance, we had a lady that was 93 years old. Atmos went and shut her gas off, and it was freezing cold. This was last Christmas. It was freezing cold. She didn't have any gas to heat, so they couldn't heat the water to give her a bath or anything.
Mm,
So, and then they had a gas stove. So what we did was, and we didn't advertise this, we didn't put this anywhere, but I'm sharing the story because we're sharing, this. But we went out there, we took our whole team, and we all pitched in. Even my kids pitched in. And Wyatt, my little son, he is 7. He just turned 8. He's 8. And he got underneath the pier and beam and did all the gas work with the guys. Said he was a
mm,
plumber at that point. So we gave, instead of just fixing what was broke, we went ahead and we did all new plumbing underneath the home. We put in a new water heater, and we made sure her gas stove worked. And it took all day, and we did it on a Sunday. And I was so proud of our whole team for stepping up, and I was proud of my kids. And it was a real, but that's what Tejas is. It's not just your average deal. It's your local plumber. We're there for our community for sure.
That's
And we've done
amazing.
awesome.
that a few times. For We actually have one that we're about to do next week. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, amazing.
thanks.
I got something to kind of segue off of that one. I'm a part of a nonprofit organization. It's called Villa Teresa here in Rockwall.
Oh yes.
Our mission is to build a compassionate care facility for the terminally ill. It'll be for all age brackets, all wealth brackets, all demographics. And it's really to provide a free place for those that need a place to pass in peace. Um, It'll
Mm,
provide a home for the family to gather, see people. These are people that have about 4 weeks or less of life left. But we'll prepare their meals. We'll provide a very comfortable, warm setting for these people. We'll do butterfly releases to release their spirit when they're gone. We help them go the way they want to go. Not all families get along, so it creates this neutral or central place for families to meet with this family member before they do pass to say their final goodbyes. And anything the family needs, that's what this home will provide for everybody. And
That's
it'll
awesome.
be for all Rockwallian residents. We're about a third of the way to our goal of raising the money to build this home out right now. There's a facility in Tulsa, Oklahoma called the Claire House. It's kind of what we're modeling ourselves after. There's only about 20 or 30 of these around the country. And that's something that we wanted to bring home to Rockwall. And it's headed by Caitlin and Leslie Koppler are the two sisters that had started this organization. I was one of the first board members that joined on. And we've been very successful. We're doing events around town for fundraising. We did an event over at Siren Rock Brewery this year. Currently putting together a big bingo fundraising event to get everybody, something fun for everybody to do. Lots of events that we're starting to put together so that we can finish our goal and get this home built and start to service those that need it the most.
That's awesome. That's really
That's amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Anybody
Where
else?
is it going to be built?
We're still picking a location for the home. We do want it to be central to Rockwall. In the beginning, we're going to have to take over another home and outfit it the way we need it. The eventual ultimate goal is to build a custom facility designed specifically for this. It's how a lot of people that have done this have started out. But we gotta crawl before we can walk. But we just want to get started and really start providing this service. And then we've been advised that really once we get started, the donations will start to flow in. And basically those that stay there, they said some families can donate $50. Some families are more capable and will donate a lot more money. So we just really got to get the train moving and get its momentum going on its own. No specific location yet. We're currently looking for a location, but we don't want to get too far ahead of the location until we finish our fundraising goal, because once we start, we're going full speed ahead.
Yeah, well, let us know when you're going to have a fundraiser, because, I know so many local businesses that would be willing to donate towards your cause.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
For sure.
Absolutely. Anybody else got anything? We got about 2 minutes for our final break, and then we're going to do our rapid fire, and then let everybody talk a little bit more about their business. But anybody else know anybody, anything that's going on in Rockwall where they're reaching out into the community? I mean, again, what we want to be able to do is show the viewers and the listeners that we're more than just business owners, right? We are concerned and support the community, and that's why a lot of us do what we do. It is the way we found to be able to have the time and the resources to do some benevolent things. And I think that's where we get the satisfaction of being business owners, even more than just the paycheck that comes with it. What was the thing I saw the other day? It's like an entrepreneur is the only person that would give up a 40-hour a week to work an 80-hour a week job for less money.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly right.
That's true.
Yeah.
Lendon, I'll throw something out there since we do have another minute. The Rockwall Rotary Club is, a lot of people don't know much about Rotary unless you've visited and attended a meeting. It's not just a lunch meeting for, it's not stuffy. It's actually a lot of fun. But our particular club in town meets on Thursdays on Goliad at the Rotary Building. You could Google it, Rockwall Rotary. It'll pull right up. We do meet for lunch every Thursday at noon. But what we really do is we raise money for community service projects, and so much of it is directed towards children. One of the big things we do is we give scholarships to seniors that are graduating from the Rockwall ISD, and I think this year we're going to give at least $30,000. We hope to give more. There's many other projects that I could go into, but I would just suggest that as maybe a good place to start for any young entrepreneurs. Old entrepreneurs, doesn't matter, but anybody who's looking to get plugged into to the community and finding ways to serve. I think the Rotary Club is a great example of that, because it is a collection of about 130 business leaders, almost all of which are involved in multiple nonprofit organizations. So it's kind of like this really great community service network hub.
That's awesome. All right. Well, appreciate you sharing that. Okay, everybody. Going to take a final break. When we come back, we're going to get into our rapid fire questions. And then we'll give everybody a chance again to kind of summarize what we talked about today. Any final thoughts, anything like that. So stick around. We'll be right back.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Texas Edge Insurance. We're more than just an insurance company. We're your partners in protection. We understand that every person and every business is unique. That's why we don't believe in a one-size-fits-all approach to insurance. We work with you to create a customized insurance plan that meets your specific needs. And we're always here to help you, no matter what. We offer a wide range of insurance products. We also work with over 30 insurance companies to find you the best possible coverage. So what are you waiting for? Contact Texas Edge Insurance today. Visit our website or give us a call at 817-406-2929 to get a free quote today. Introducing Bankroll Media, a digital marketing partner designed to take your business to the next level. At Bankroll Media, we are a team of creative and innovative marketers that works with mortgage loan officers, realtors, many e-commerce businesses, and much more. At Bankroll Media, we're different because you're different. We get it, and that's why we're here. We're not your typical marketing agency. We don't believe in cookie-cutter solutions or one-size-fits-all approaches. We believe in building relationships with our clients and understanding their unique needs. We want to understand your business inside and out so that we can create marketing campaigns that are tailored to your specific needs. From social media management, lead generation, web design to content creation and SEO, even email marketing. Bankroll Media can do it all. Bankroll Media, building presence, connecting ideas.
And now back to the show.
All right. Welcome back. Thanks for everybody sticking around. It's been a great show today. We've learned a lot about the guests and the co-hosts that are on. Now we're going to do something a little out there called rapid fire. And what this is I'm going to be asking each one of you some random questions that you are not prepared for. And, we need one-word answers, short answers. If you get stumped or don't have an answer, just say pass. I'll go on to the next one. So we're going to try to get 2 or 3 for everybody. We're going to start though with our guests today because they've not heard some of these. So let me start with you, Amelia. What is your favorite way to spend the day off?
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Favorite way to spend your day off?
Laying in my bed watching Dateline.
All right. Great. Bill, what's the most adventurous thing you've ever done?
Scuba dived in Bora Bora with manta rays.
Yeah,
nice.
That's cool.
Amy Lee, what's your biggest pet peeve?
Ooh, biggest pet peeve. Crabby people.
All right.
You know, she's
Kayne,
a joy bringer. You can't not have joy. So.
Right. Kayne, what's the secret talent most people don't know you have?
Gosh, I don't know. I may have even said this on the last show. Did you give me an easy one? This is a repeat. I can actually still jump and do a toe touch, and I'm 37.
Oh, that's right. You did know that one.
Yeah.
I did that twice. I didn't even have to come up with anything. That was good.
Yeah, but we haven't seen it yet.
No,
so.
no. I'm gonna reject that question. I'm gonna go to another one. What's your all-time favorite book?
This is an obvious one, I guess, would be the Bible, but I would say the Golden Compass if we're talking fiction.
Okay. Frank, what's your favorite season and the activities that come with that season?
Well, right now I like the fall. I like this cooler weather. I'm sick of the 100-degree days, and
Amen to that.
this weather right now to me is perfect. What was the second part of the question?
What are activities that you enjoy doing in that season?
Right now is perfect golf weather. I love playing a cool day like today.
I didn't know you were a golfer. Are you a good golfer?
No, terrible.
So, I mean, are you actually golfing? Or are you drinking while you're golfing?
Before I bought my own business, I played 3 times a week, but now now I don't find the time that I used to.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Tamara.
Yes.
If you had, this is too easy for you. If you had to host a theme event, what would the theme be and why?
The theme event
A
for
themed
like
event.
anything?
Anything.
I mean,
Birthday.
I right now it's all about birthdays. I got a lot of birthdays going on around here. My birthday, my son's birthday, my husband's birthday's next week, my sister's birthday, his sister. It's all about birthdays right now. So I feel like it's birthday time in my life in general. But obviously, I'm good on a theme. So I love a good murder mystery theme. I love a good
Me
speakeasy
too.
theme. So and I feel like that's an all year round thing. So I'm always good for some kind of party. So you need a
All right.
theme? Pick one,
This is a
anyone.
question
I'm
for
down.
everybody. We're going to start with Kayne. List one thing, one most important thing that you feel like every entrepreneur should know.
I guess I'm biased, but I would say just basic business finance. Just generally understanding how to look at and read a financial statement. It makes all the difference.
True. Amelia, what about you?
Marketing. I think that everybody should have a basic knowledge of marketing, who their customer is, who their idea customer, who they're talking to. It helps you in so many ways structure your business. SEO is really good to learn too.
All right. Frank?
Know what you're getting into before you actually jump.
That is true too.
Like you learned that lesson.
I wished I had done it years earlier, but I was not ready at the time, and the timing was right. Make sure you know what you're getting into and what the finances look like before you actually pull the trigger, because it costs a lot. I think it will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does.
Tamara, what about you?
I would say market research. Know your market. Is what you're doing, what you're getting into, is there a market for that?
Right.
Do you have a client base that you can actually go after? So I think a lot of people have these grand ideas, but they don't know whether or not there really is a market for that, and whether or not you could be successful if someone's actually looking for your particular services.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Amy Lee?
I would say resilience. Life happens to all of us at all kinds of different times, and you have to be resilient and, willing to maintain that positive attitude when, things maybe aren't as you wanted them to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is an overlooked skill that we all need, because it's kind of like the old motorcycle thing. Like, when they say a motorcycle, it's not that if you're going to have a wreck, it's when you're going to have a wreck.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with an entrepreneur. It's not when something goes bad, it's something is going to go bad at some point.
Many
Bill,
times.
Right.
Bill, what would your advice be to a new entrepreneur?
Creating an incredible culture,
Oh, I love that.
It'll lead to strong morale, and your organization and your employees are your best representatives. And if they're happy and they treat people good, your customers will be happy.
Definitely.
That is what we structure our whole company around. I love that.
That is awesome. Very good stuff. All right, so we've got about 5 minutes left, so that's going to give each one of you about a minute to talk. So I'm going to let Tamara go first. Tamara, you and Amy go first. Tell us a little bit of, just follow up on what you thought about the show today, and then how to get in touch with you as a business owner.
Okay. Well, honestly, every show that we've done, I become more impressed with our co-host and each guest that they bring on, and I think it's really amazing. And feel very blessed to be a part of this, because the message that we're trying to portray is real people and real businesses, and involvement in the community. And it makes my heart really warm when I see other businesses sharing that same ideal. And so I'm very proud of where this podcast is going, and everybody that's involved with that. So I feel really grateful for that. So.
All right, and tell everybody how to get in touch with you and where Speak is located.
Well, Speak is located in downtown Rockwall. We are actually a part of Sloan Sweet Treats, but a part of our grand opening party on November 18th, you will actually see Sloan Sweet Treats fading away and Speak coming all the way to the forefront, and we're coming out of hiding. So we're having Speak will be branded on the outside of the building, and we are located at 104 North San Jacinto in downtown Rockwall. And the front area where our coffee shop was is going to be a casual dining and lounge area, and then we'll still have the speakeasy in the back. So something really we're working on right now, super excited about. But you can reach out to me at speakrockwall.com or ramenaheadrockwall.com.
All right, Amy Lee.
Oh, I thought this was perfect. I love that y'all are doing, things based on entrepreneurs and how we're giving back to the community and the positive impact that we can have. So that was great. Thanks for inviting me to spend your birthday and your new little bundle of joy today with you. And I absolutely love serving my community with the Card My Yard Rockwall and celebrating big milestones and little milestones. You can get in touch with me at rockwall@cardmyyard.com. Our phone number is 469-769-5669. So we accept texts and calls, and you can order online at cardmyyard.com.
Awesome. Amelia.
I've just really loved this podcast. I really enjoyed it today. I loved learning about each and every single one of you guys. Like, I didn't even think about the card business, you putting that out there, being there at 3 a.m. Like, that's intense. That's awesome. Makes me more appreciative of your business. I think being on here and learning about everybody's business does that. I really enjoyed all of you guys today. So you can get in touch with us at TejasPlumbingServices.com, or our Facebook is Tejas Plumbing Services. We are 24/7. So if you have an emergency, we are your local plumber. We specialize in residential. We do commercial, just not the rough ends. But if you need anything, we're here for you guys.
All right. Well, thank you again for being on the show, Bill.
I just want to say I really appreciate the approach you guys take, not only towards the business aspect of what each one of these entrepreneurs are doing, but also towards their involvement with their community. It really shows both sides and the dynamicness of our community and how dedicated each individual is. If you want to get in touch with investment business brokers, you can go to our website at www.ibbdallas.com. You can reach us at 972-266-4525. And that's if you need assistance with buying a business, selling a business, or financing a business. Your one-stop shop to help you achieve your business goals.
All right. Again, thank you for being on. Frank.
Yes, sir. Show as usual. We had great guests on today. Bill, I'm really glad you were with us today. And you can email me at rockwall@com. We're in the Planet Fitness Shopping Center right by Party City. You can call us at 469-769-1600.
All right. Thank you, Frank.
Frank, I think you can give community lessons on how to take care of that amazing beard you have. I mean, the town could really benefit from this.
100%. Absolutely. All right, Kayne. Close us out here.
Yeah, I love visiting with small business owners, what I do day in and day out. So it's always a pleasure. And thanks to our guests. And to Bill's point, it's unfortunate with Frank being on the show too. I have the second best beard, and that's I'll have to work on my game. You can reach me with the information that's scrolling there on the bottom of your screen. There's my office number, 469-981-0522, or by email, it's kayne.pierce@b1bank.com, or just stop in and see us. My location is in Heath on Smurl, right by the Standard Service. They're super easy to find. We have other offices around DFW as well I can tell you about, as well as offices in Houston and all throughout Louisiana. But we'd love to have your banking business if you have a need.
All right. Well, again, thank you all for being on today. We are out of time, unfortunately, so got to cut it short. But again, thank you. Thank you for what you do for Rockwall, and thank you what you do for our show. And everybody stick around. We'll be back next Wednesday, same time, 2:30, with a brand new set of co-hosts and guests. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching today's show. The Community Difference Rockwall is brought to you in part by Alan Lester, loan officer with the One Group with Town Square Mortgage. Delisa Lipinski with Lipinski Realty Group. Frank McLeod with Minuteman Press. Kayne Pierce, Vice President and Commercial Banker for B1 Bank. Tamara Kolleck with Speak. Charles Barnaby with Barnaby Heating and Air. Renee Calder with Sunray Bookkeeping Services. And Josh Small with WeatherTech General Contracting. If you, or someone you know would like to sponsor, or be a co-host sponsor of this show, or other shows like it, please give us a call at 972-866-4596 or email us at info@thedifferenceradio.com.